Hi everyone, this is That Streamer 1993 here, back with something a little bit different. So I will explain what this game is here in a hot minute. You probably never heard of it before. Ages long forgotten, light fought darkness for control of the world. Dark Dragon led the evil hordes of darkness. The ancients fought back with the powers of light. Dark Dragon was defeated and cast into another dimension. The Lord of Darkness vowed to return in 1,000 years. Time passed, and Dark Dragon was forgotten by all. 10 centuries of peace ruled the land of Rune. Until the kingdom of Runefist brought war and fear to Rune. Hordes of evil creatures ravaged every land. Here and there, strongholds of good still held out, awaiting a hero who could wield the power of light. So this game is called Shining Force: The Legacy of Great Intention. Now, you're not reading that wrong. This was made by Sega in 1993, making this game the same year that I was born. So this game is 34 years old. So, this is the first RPG besides Pokemon that I ever played. I had one of my mom's friends bought me what they call a Sega CD pack. Basically, you pop the CD into your CD drive, which for those who don't know what CD drive is, basically you just throw a thing in there. It would allow you to play the game from it. And this is one of the games I was on here. This game is basically first of all, it's a very good game. I'm not gonna sugarcoat. This is one of my favorite games that I play, and I still play it to this day. So, I'm gonna skip past this here, because that beginning music is hell loud. Wow, Dark Dragon Agents. Let's see now. What else does this old book say? 1,000 years have passed since they vanquished Dark Dragon, and the book says Dark Dragon is starting to return right about now. I bet anything Dark Dragon is behind the evil hordes of Runefist. I need to tell someone about this who listen to a kid like me. I think Dark is gonna come back. Will you help us? Come on, it'll be adventure. So this is like a Fire Emblem-esque game where it's very basic. The story is mild, but I love playing the game because they also made this. They made a second Shining Force. This is for the Sega Genesis, by the way. This is an old console. This is predating the N64. So I originally was going to play this on Steam. However, I had an old account for Steam, and basically what happened was, I think I brought this up before. And basically, my account said, oh, by the way, you're allowed to your account, and the email attached to it actually no longer existed, so I had to scrap it. Back then, I had Shining Force 1 and 2 on my account. I went to Steam a few days ago to buy this game, and it was delisted. So this is a Fusion emulator. I'm not going to link the emulator or the ROM because that's how shit happens and stuff, and emulators get taken down, so I'm not going to do that. So there are 3 save files. Here's the hero. I'm going to use his default name, which is Max. I believe if I hit just end. Nice to meet you, Max. I'm Simone. Come back often and tell me everything. You need to get going. Evil spreads further across Rune with every passing day. Now, this, like I said, this is an old game. I think this game file is literally like maybe a few megabytes. Like the file size. Max, come on, kid, wake up. I didn't hit you that hard. Disregard, kid. Those pieces of Rufus will tear you to pieces. Okay, that's enough for today. You better take it easy for a while. So, I do like the art style of this game. The fact that the character has an animation for a 1993 game, I think is pretty good, at least from my memory. We can't really do anything here, but you can see that I have HP, I have gold, which is the currency of this game. I have a level, HP, and MP. So if we go to magic, we have a magic called Aggress. So what Aggress allows you to do, as long as you're controlling the main character, you always control the main character. The main character dies in the middle of battle, the game's automatically over, and you get sent back to whatever you are. Characters can be revived with gold. You get gold when defeating enemies and finding stuff in chests. Egress allows you to, it takes 80 your MP and allows you to teleport to your last checkpoint location. So I'm not going to show it now because obviously there would be no good. So very basic stuff. You got a talk command, an item command, a search command, and a magic command. So if you go to, like for example, if I was to go up to something I think would be suspicious, I would hit over to search, and it would say nothing unusual, nothing was there. So this is Varios. They don't mention their names. No, Max, I think you had enough for today. So we're gonna head up. And there's no voice acting, obviously, because this is an old game, so I'm gonna be reading everything. Well, Max, had enough storybook for today. I don't know how you keep at it in hour after hour. I'm dead tired of it for 15 minutes. So this is Low. Low is gonna become more apparent a little bit later in the story. You have the makings of a great fighter, Max. You'll be tested soon enough. Lord Varios, the king has sent for you. You must come at once. Of course, lead the way, guardsman. I fear the worst, Max. Prepare yourselves for true battle immediately. So I'm going to explain more about the game, how the game mechanics work when I get into an actual battle, which is probably going to be another 10-15 minutes of me reading dialogue. But you see Varios' face, he went pale. Something really big is happening. So let's split up, see if I can find out what's going on. I'll see you later. So the reason I'm playing this and not Persona 3 Reload is because, one, I got kind of sick of playing Persona 3 Reload over and over again. And I figured I'd go back to a game that's older, and a game that I know way more about than I would ever know about Persona 3 Reload, or Persona 3 for that matter. Actually, even Persona 5, I would say. There's not as much to this game, but the game is quite long. I'd probably say, if I'm including the grinding for levels and everything I need to grab, I'd say about 10 streams worth an hour apiece. This game runs pretty long, but it's still a great game. So like I said, we can use the talk command here. I'm going to talk to everybody. Sick feeling helpless. I'm going to ask Varios to train me to be a fighter. So, see how I taught this character does not have a portrait. That means the character is kind of unimportant. It's just a side character. I talk to this man here. He is a... Hang on a sec. I configure my controls to this, but the layout for Sega Genesis is very, very interesting. And I have to get used to that. Hello, Max. I've been having the worst nightmares. Have you had any? Yes. But the same ones I've been having. So the reason this guy has a portrait, I saw in the random ones, evil creatures that roamed our halls. It seems so real. So this guy is a priest. He becomes a bit more useful and more prevalent later on, but he only has a character thing because that's mainly what he does. So we're going to try to talk to everybody here. What's that, youngster? Like you doing mouth around? Get out there and fight evil. So if you want to play this game, make sure you download the emulator. However, there is a thing that's available on a lot of platforms called the Sega Genesis Collection. That collection has Shining Force 1 in it, Shining Force 2 in it, a bunch of Sonic games, a series called Phantasy Star Online, or Phantasy Star, which I have not played yet, but I've heard is a great game. They have a couple other older games like Vector Man. I would definitely recommend, as long as you can afford it. Like I think the last time I checked it, it was $20, which isn't bad for a bunch of old games. I don't think it is. So if you want to check that out, you can either download the emulator. And the Sega Genesis, like I said, I have it on Switch. It's not on my Switch 2. It's available, I believe, on... I don't know if it's available on Steam, but it's available on, I believe, PS4, which can be converted to PS5. I believe it... I don't know if it's on Xbox. I don't know, because I have not used an Xbox since, like, 2009. But, back and forth, up and down, and tired of guarding the chapel all day. Castle of Gardania Life just had Varys went in just a little while ago. Someday I hope to go to Marina and become a mage. So I'm going to talk to all these side characters, but I'm going to anyway. So we go in here, this is an item shop, you can tell by the symbol here. This guy's mad. Sign, not another customer. Buy, sell, that's all I do, just go away. Don't mind the boss, he just gets like this, and then perhaps I can help you out. So this is an item shop. So the item things here are buy, sell, repair, which items can break if you use certain ones too much. Deals are if the person in charge has a rare item, you can buy it from him for X amount of gold. But we're going to go over the items that I can buy from this guy. Whoops, I can't do that. Hang on. I hit the button too quick. So Medical Herb heals 10 HP, up to 10 HP in battle. A Healing Seed can heal up to 16 per battle. An Angel Wing is the same as a Grace. You can use that on any character and it'll eject the party from the battle. Now, for those who don't really know, this game is actually, you can grind a lot in this game, like, to an absurd amount. I remember playing on an old thing, and it had a thing where you could set all your characters 9-9, which obviously just makes the game incredibly, ridiculously easy, but we're going to talk to some other people here. There's so many monsters outside the castle gates, there's no escape. So we're come up here, this is a bar. Pay the old man no heed, youngster, his mind isn't what it used to be. So we go to this guy and talk to him. Hey there, youngster, my name's Gord. Care to hear my story? Yes. Thanks, no one talks to me anymore, all too busy. Want to hear a secret? Yes. Never trust anyone outside the city, murderers and thieves, all of them. I don't know, I used to be a great warrior, been all over the world. Well, I have half a mind to go out again. What if I got a good offer? So you notice he had a portrait. We're going to come back to him later. So I'm also going to try to use... There are 20 to 25 characters in this game that you could play as. Obviously, and you can have, I think it's 10 to 12 characters in battle at one time. I'm going to try to use characters that a lot of people don't use, or that some I've never even used, in order to make it more interesting for me. Be careful, Max. The Knights resent the time Lord Varus spends training with you. So, not all characters are built equal. I'll explain how the leveling system works after a bit. I think this is just an in. Bedtime's run, not a guest in 2 weeks. Yeah. So this is where we go. You're going to see that they're going to block me from going out. That's not a big surprise. And then we're going to do something, well, we're going to talk to the people in here first. We're all upset about Dar's nightmare. Do you think it means anything? I'll talk to her in a second. Poor girl, I can't seem to get her to calm down. I had an awful dream, the whole town burned down. Sniff, our house too. So this is, they have a couple funny interactions if I try to do that. He'll actually yell at me. Hey, watch it, pal. How'd you like if I try to run you over with a cart? So ironically, that's not the first time a cart's gonna be not gonna do something in the game. Woof, woof, arf. I'm not doing barking noise, I'm sorry. That's not... Sorry, I'm busy packing. Grandpa's out somewhere. He has time to talk. Okay, so... I always want to explore in these games. There's chests everywhere. Grandpa once was the best warrior in all room, but that was a long time ago. Most NPCs don't give you anything other than advice, but I'm just going around and kind of like showing you guys the town. We're not going to be here crazy long, but it's still nice to go around and look. So this is the castle. See the guards here. We have a HQ here that we can use later. No one enters here without Lord Varus' permission. And these are just guards. I think this is it. This is Gardania Castle. Alright. So we're going to head up here. We're going to come over here. We're going to talk to these knights here. Wow, the guy in the night. Watch out, Max. These are real knights trading out here. You might get hurt. So basically, they're yelling at me because I'm interrupting their training. Where's me out? Their quote-unquote training. So these are what they call paladins. These are advanced knights, and we'll get around the advances at some point. So we walk around, we can see that there is another guy here. He seems very worried. Do you know why? No. I guess that's the thought that gave the ancient trouble our noble king. This is another character. Greetings, Max. I'm May, Varus' daughter. Your knights feel that rather about to waste time on you. We shall see. So obviously another character for me means she's going to be somewhat important. Then we have this guy here. Who just, what kind of treasure? I'm not sure. Something really valuable, I guess. So we can come back up here later, but he guards the thing. But you can see that these are the chests here. He's going to stop us from going forward. Cut that out. You can't put your way in here. Get out. So we'll come back here to grab those chests later. Got my way, man. Alright. Okay. I thought I had to wait there for a minute, because sometimes the NPCs in this game can be a little annoying. Alright. Back to the story barriers. Then your majesty, we have no choice but to send Max the young fighter. Oh, Max, good. I was going to look at you. Please, first listen to the king. For centuries, our people have watched the gate of the ancients as its guardians. Beyond the gate lies no one, not even if it's light or darkness. I'm going to turn the volume down just a little bit because the music is kind of constant, and it is a little annoying. So we're going to do that. Hang on. I did something I haven't done in a few weeks. And that is when I'm turning to plug my computer back in. So, another thing is, before I go too far here, I actually want to apologize to you guys for not streaming. Basically, our car got damaged. Not like heavy damage, but damage enough to the point where we couldn't. I think it's a little muscle in my back here. Ow. Yeah, that's really tight. Hang on. Alright, that's better. Yeah. backtrack it a little bit, I guess. And basically, until the snow let up, we could not actually go out. Like, I'm not talking about the snowfall, like the actual snow. Like, our wipers were broken. That's basically the best way to put it. And it damaged. We thought we damaged them. And we couldn't go out for a while. And we were trying to get people to come over, trying to get people to do this, but everyone we knew was sick or couldn't get out because we had probably, if we're being honest, probably about 5 feet of snowfall, which for a lot of places we'd be like, okay, well, that's not bad. I live in Western New York. We get snow lightly, and usually if it's heavy, it's usually over the course of 3 days. This had been like 1.5 days. It was everywhere, and it was just, I tried to get out, like I said, okay, I'm gonna stream today, and then we couldn't get out the previous day. I said, okay, I'm gonna stream today, and it happened again and again and again, and yesterday I got home at 5, and I was gonna do it, and then I got, basically someone walked into my house, I'm like, so I decided, like, okay, I'm not doing it today. I'm gonna do it today. I'm gonna do this stream today, and then my other channel tomorrow. This is just because I haven't streamed in like a week. So, hang on a second. I'm trying to fix my fucking mic. It always like drifts in one direction, and I gotta figure out how to stop. I think it can. Hang on a second. That's a bit better. All right, back to what I was saying. The music in this game is kind of high at points. So I had to keep my volume down. Beyond the gate, we guys know what night is the light or the darkness. Oh, hang on, I closed the fucking thing here. All right. But the ancients knew, and they sealed up beyond the gate and set us as guards. And now we have found we have failed in the mission, our reason for existence. By the way, if you guys can see it in the downer left, that's just the FPS counter. I didn't disable it in case something happened, because obviously it would go down if something happened, but it's sitting around 60 FPS. Signs have been seen that we forced the Roofest are now at the gate of the ancients. Whatever evil they are planning, we must stop it at all costs, and at once. But let's not panic the people. A small group of young but skilled warriors. Yes, he could do it. He could lead town on us and have a chance to succeed, perhaps. Yes, no, I agree. Max, will you take this task? Yes. Oh, I hit the wrong button. No. Sorry, once again, this is a thing control, but it's like the thing, and I'm hitting the wrong buttons. Very well, now return to town and gather your troops. Come back when you're ready. So this guy is seems like a mighty poor plan to me. Listen to my advice. Yeah. So if I go up to this guy here, he gets mad at me because he asked why he couldn't be the Shining Force. Why couldn't I lead the Shining Force? Arrgh, and then he pushes past me. And then apparently after this to get back to training over here. Which it really is a big thing. But as soon as we leave the area here, we're gonna get ambushed by some people. Wait, Max, Nova sent us. We're going to I'm Luke the Warrior. Spend the night at your service, Max. I'll follow you wherever you lead. I'm Tao. I'm only an apprentice mate, but I'll do my best. I'm Hans, an Elven archer. I'm coming, but don't put me in the front lines, okay? Luke, Ken, Tao, and Hans join the Shining Force. And that's what the team elite is called. Is actually called the Shining Force. Meet us at headquarters, back at the castle. Hey Max, don't try to sneak out of town without me. Lo joins the Shining Force. So Lo is another healer. So now we have a decent team together. We can go and deal with what we gotta deal with. Now that you have your troops, your comrades, return to the king to hear his final commands. I'll follow your progress and offer advice as the Valhor's Rudefest. Let's see you at headquarters. So I'm gonna try out a few buttons here. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. Hang on. Okay, that's not. Okay, so I had to figure out how to run the fast forward in this game, but I don't think we're going to need it too much in the first stream, so I'll figure out how to deal with it later. So we're going to come up to here, we're going to talk to the king one more time. Give your troops we need supplies. Take this first with you. So Max he's going to give me 100 coins. Now, for a while here, the coins are not going to matter. A cart will take you to the gate and just go down and carry out your task. So, we're going to head back now. Nothing else we can do at the moment in town. The coins are nice. I might be able to buy some supplies with them, but right now, this guy right here, later he will sell me weapons, but right now he's too edgy to do so. So now if we try to leave, we're actually going to be able to go through. And then, we're going to have a cart take us all the way across the map to the castle where we need to go. The old castle. Max Goblin, Rufus must be up to something. We can take them, Max. Move it, vermin. Find the key and blast the door. Come on, we're almost in. Where's that blasted key? What? Blast those people from Gardenia aren't here. Earthquake! attack god was endorsed. Strike a blow in the honor of Rufus. Alright, so now I'm gonna, well actually, right now, so each character can move. The land effect in the top left affects certain things like evasion, if they can avoid attacks or not. If the land effect is 0, means we can't do that. You're gonna see, I'm gonna go through my characters here in a minute, but we're gonna actually hit the stay command with Tau. They're gonna move, but they won't actually come toward us to the point where we're standing. The A in this game is questionable at best, but it's not like crazy bad. So basically, characters move, and so do the enemies, but they don't move all at once. So it makes it kind of interesting. And you really can't tell sometimes what's going on. But we're actually going to do something that a lot of people probably either don't know or probably didn't know you could do. I'm actually going to leave. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because there is a house next to this place over here. There's a man here. His name is Gong. I'm Gong. I fought the evil villains for many years. I will aid you. This is the reason I came here, because Gong adds another member to the Shining Force and I can use him in battle. So Gong, I'm probably going to use for a while because he is a monk, meaning he is a fighter and a healer. He is going to stay in my party most likely because Gong is one of those characters, like I said, that you won't use for long because there are better ones. And there's also this animal over here. Greetings, Max. I have been waiting for you. That's all he says. And we come in here, we have a lady we can talk to and a man we can talk to. Strange things are happening in the woods. They give me the creeps. Whoops. Pushing the wrong buttons. Well, what a surprise. Where do we have guests in the remote area? I am a frere, although I not look at. How may I help you? So this is what a frere does. So, there's a cure command. A cure lets you heal, poison, things like that. Promotion is something you could do after character lead to level 10 or level 20. The longer you wait into between 10 and 20, the better stats you get after you promote. Because every time you level up, you get a random stat increase. These stats are mostly random. However, for example, mages will get MP, where, for example, a fighter like Luke will not get any because he is a warrior and not a magic user. So, and then we have raise. This one allows us to heal, to revive a character after battle for 10 gold times its level. So if a character is level 20, it takes 200 gold. I think that's how it works. 200 gold in order to revive them. Then we have the save option. This is going to be the one we're going to use the most. So now it's going to make a tone. It's going to ask if we want to keep playing or not. I'm obviously going to hit yes. If you ask for help with someone, we're going to hit no. And then we're going to leave. Now, we can go back to the battle and we can start... Oops, I hit... God damn it. Controls aren't very fluid. I keep forgetting how old this game is. Alright, so now we're going to start our battles here. So I'm going to try to keep my characters all the same level. This is sometimes ill-advised, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it can be dangerous. We're going to turn the speed to 4. This makes it so the battle test goes by as fast as possible. If we hit map, we can see our guys here in the green and where they are in red. We have the quit option, and we can turn the battle message on or off. We are going to keep the battle message on so you guys keep an eye on it. So Ken is a knight. He has a spear. He is level 1, 13 attack, 6 defense, 7 move, 5 agility, and his spear allows him to attack 2 things away. So I'm going to explain everything here. Attack is, when you attack someone, you take the attack, you take the opponent's defense and any buffs they have, and you deal damage. So if Ken were to attack himself, which you can't do, he would deal, because his attack is 13, his defense is 6, he would deal 7 damage to himself, which almost would kill him. Move is how much they can move. Spaces per turn, and agility determines if they can avoid stuff or not. Alright, we're gonna move on. Low is a healer. He has the magic heal. It lets you use 1 space away. It takes 3 MP to use, and it heals you for up to 12. Whoever it targets for up to 10 damage. Obviously, he is not a fighter, so his attack and defense are much lower. He's level 1, 11 HP, 10 MP. EX, by the way, stands for experience. Attack is 10, defense is 5, move is 5, and agility is 5. Hans, he is an archer. His wooden arrow allows him to attack from 1 space away, more than 2 spaces away, but he can't attack someone right in front of him. Hans is level 1. He is an archer. He has 12 HP. He has no magic. He has 14 attack, 5 defense, 5 movement, and 6 agility. I almost said 5. Monk, or Gong is a monk. He is level 1. His HP is 11. His MP is 8. He has the magic heal. He has 11 attack, 4 defense, 5 move, and 6 agility. Luke is a basic fighter. His sword allows him to attack from one space away. He is level 1. He has 10 HP, no MP, no experience, 14 attack, 7 defense, 6 move, and 4 agility. Moving on, we have Tao. She is a level 1 mage. Her blaze magic allows her to deal 6 to 7 damage per cast from 1 to 2 spaces away. Her blaze spell costs 2 MP to use. She has a wooden staff, which basically is just a basic weapon that a lot of mages and healers have. Her attack is 4, her attack is 8, her defense is 4, her move is 5, and her agility is 6. Now we're gonna check out me. So I am a swordsman named Max, level 1, 12 HP, 9 MP, no experience, 14 attack, defense, 4 defense, 6 move, and 4 agility. We have the middle sword equipped. So now that we have all that out of the way, we have gone through everything, we're going to start moving. So Ken can tap 2 spaces away. Unfortunately, I cannot attack them from here, so I'm going to move there, and we're going to hit the stay button. Stay, as soon as you hit whatever, if you cannot attack anything, stay will automatically be the first command you can select. If you can attack something, the attack will come up first. So obviously the effect is to get the opponent's HP down to 0. And I almost forgot to look at the enemy. So we have a goblin. The goblin is equipped with a short sword. He doesn't have a level. He has no experience because it's NA. He has 9 attack, 6 defense, 5 move, 5 agility. We have a dwarf. The dwarf is more strong. He has a hand axe equipped. He has 12 attack, 8 defense, 4 move, 5 agility. And finally, we have the boss. Now, normally if you defeat a boss in a battle, the thing automatically ends and all the enemies disappear. However, I want to beat all the enemies so we can get the experience we need in order to level up. Knight is 14 HP, has a massive 16 attack, 7 defense, 7 move, and 7 agility. So, something I didn't mention about Tao. Magic casters don't ignore defense when they attack. So if a Mallow is meant to do 20 damage, it'll do 20 damage unless the enemy is resistant to magic, which some magic casters are. So we're gonna move Max here. We're gonna move Tao back here. Gotta make sure we keep Tao and Hans behind everyone else so we can deal stuff. So normally when a player attacks, you get experience when you deal damage and when you defeat an enemy. When you defeat an enemy, you get more experience. When you damage an enemy, you get less experience. Healers, however, can use... Well, mages can use magic to deal damage, and you get experience for defeating and attacking enemies. Mages, or healers, actually get 1 experience back when you heal a target that's needed to be healed, but you get up to 10 experience when you use a healing magic on a ally that has any HP gone. So, if you want to level up a healer, your best bet is to reset every time you run out of MP, reset the battle, and then keep healing until your thing levels up. However, they can deal damage and get some experience off of everything. Now, these goblins, I'm very familiar with these. The goblins are going to come about right here-ish, and they're not going to come to me until I come to them. This is essentially to make sure that new players don't get ambushed immediately. So like I said, this circle around Ken indicates it's attack. So now we're going to use an attack. So Ken deals 6 damage to the goblin. And Ken gets 16 experience points. Every time you get 100 experience points, you level up. So what I'm going to try to do here is I'm going to try to make sure that Lo gets a shot in here, probably to kill them. That way he gets the experience he needs in order to level up, because healing is a very slow process, but it's almost essential. So we're going to move Gong over here. We're going to move Hans here, so Hans can deal some damage to the far away goblin with his arrow. Now, archers in this game are interesting because... oh, he actually got 2 attacks in. And I got a deadly attack. So that was actually really good. So I get a massive 40 experience and 12 points. So when a player attacks, it can miss. It can deal regular damage, it can deal stunning damage, or it can deal deadly damage. Stunning is above regular damage, and deadly usually does double, if not more, damage to the opponent. So now we're going to, actually, Tao's not really in a position here to hit anyone with her magic, so I'm going to put her to the side. We're going to use Max to deal, actually we're going to deal damage to this goblin here. We're going to walk up beside him and we're going to whap him. So Max is the hero, for the swordsman, so he has his own animation. Hit the goblin for 6 damage and gain 16 experience. And then what we're going to do here is I'm going to show you how low damage can go with stuff like yours. So you can see I did 3 damage. Not a lot, but I still had experience for it. We're going to have Luke to attack this goblin here, which should be enough to not put it down. Yep, 6 damage. 480 experience, 12 points. So there's something I'm going to do here. Once I defeat the goblins and the dwarves, I'm actually going to retreat the battle. The reason I'm doing this is because I want to get everyone to level 2, or, yeah, to level 2 before the next battle. That way I can start the next, next series of battle with being level 2, so we're a bit stronger. So, Tau actually has, I believe, has less damage, less physical damage, then yeah, she only does 1 to that goblin. So we're gonna move Hans over here. And we're gonna hit stay. I want Lo to deal that final shot of damage, so we can get the experience for it. Long is much stronger than Lo, but his healing is kind of bad. Remove Ken over here. I don't want to go beyond the goblin because they have a habit of the goblin and the dark dwarf have a habit of attacking you once you go beyond that point. With 3 damage on goblin. Goblin was defeated, 37 experience, 12 points. So the most experience you can get, from my understanding, out of 1 battle is 48. However, there are other ways to get more experience, but that is the most experience you can get out of 1 single battle. So we're actually going to put Luke right here, and we're actually going to lure the enemy toward us. Runite will not move, but the dwarves are going to move. The dwarves are going to deal quite a bit of damage. 4 damage to Luke. So if he gets hit too many times here, I specifically put Gong on the right side so Luke wouldn't get attacked too many times here. You can see the goblins don't do too much damage, but we're still going to be fine. So we're actually going to have Lo sit on the sideline here. We're going to set him right here. We're going to move Hans here to attack this goblin. This should do half of HP, or if I get lucky again, I'll get a second attack in. And I was not lucky enough, but I'm surprised I got getting a second attack plus a deadly in the middle of that attack is actually very rare. So now we're going to use Tao's magic. Her blade's level 2, level 1. You can actually, if you grow in levels, you can actually increase the rank of your spells. So we're going to use Blaze on this dwarf here. So this is Tao's true power. So we inflict 7 damage to that dark dwarf that goes right through its defense value. So the dark dwarf, if it was smart, he would have gone around and attacked one of the other characters, but he's not very smart. The goblin's going to attack. It's going to do 4 damage to Tau, which is high for a goblin to inflict. Now we're going to move Ken here. We're going to attack this goblin who's going after Tau. And characters can go over each other, but they can't stop on top of each other. Same thing with that. If you have an enemy in your way, you can't do it, but you can't stop on top of them either. So now we're going to move Luke. Actually, we're going to leave Luke right where he is, and we're going to take out this goblin here. 7 points of damage on the goblin. Goblin is defeated. Luke gains 40 experience points and gains 12 points. Done. Alright, so now we're going to move Max here. Now, how the game works is that if Max dies, the battle's over. I have experience using... I actually almost beat this entire game with just Max himself. But they will always target the main character to defeat him, because they understand that would cause their party to cause problems. So, Max actually has the strongest weapon here with the middle sword. Max hit the dwarf there for 5 damage. The dwarves have more defense, so I think Hans is going to do 3 here. 5, actually, it's more than I thought he would do. Hans gains 20 experience. Now we're going to move Luke here. I don't know if it's going to be enough to defeat the dark dwarf, but I think it's going to do 1 damage. Yeah, alright. I was kind of hoping it would do 2. That's fine. Now we're going to use the first heal of the game. We're going to use heal to heal Luke. He took 5 damage from that last battle. So, it's going to be a little animation that plays with a fairy. It's going to take 3 MP off Gong's HP thing, and it's going to heal Luke for 5 damage. And then it's going to say Gong gains 11 experience points. So I was wrong, it's not 10, it's 11. The Runite's going to stay there till you approach him. So we don't have to worry too much about him at the moment. However, I'm going to smack this dark dwarf here with the staff. I probably don't even need to, because I'm going to retreat after a little bit here. I'll gain 40 experience and 25 coins. So now the dark dwarf's got to come after Max. So just like Just like my team, they can hit twice and they can do critical damage. So the Goblin was going to come for me, but it couldn't find an opening, so it's going to attack Luke instead for 1 point of damage. Remove Ken, and we're going to attack this Goblin, which should be enough to put it down. The reason I'm leveling up here is because if I was to level up in the next area, there is a small path that's very hard to get around, and it makes it extremely hard to level up from the beginning of that battle. So I'm going to do it at the end of this battle instead. We're going to attack with Luke. That's going to do enough damage to put him down. Luke gains 40 experience, and Luke gains 25 points. So Luke level increases to 2. It's going to tell you what he gains from these. Now, early on, you will not get a lot of stat increases, but the stat increases can be random. They can be 1, 2. I've even seen go up to all the way to 10. We're going to see what he gets. So we reach the level 2. Actually, he didn't get anything, which is actually kind of rare. So now that we've beaten all the enemies, we're going to egress, which is going to cast us out of the battle and bring us back to oh, I thought it was going to bring us back to another spot. Anyway, so now that we have one player that's level 2, we're going to avoid using him for a while, and we're going to level everyone to level 2, and then we're going to complete the battle. So unfortunately, we have to walk all the way back here from here. However, there is a little shortcut right here to get back to the castle. So this battle is not extremely dangerous, but if you're not focusing on keeping your party alive, you can definitely lose this battle. And a little fact too is that in Shining Force 2 is when you're defeated, in this game it doesn't tell you, but in Shining Force 2 it actually tells you how many times each character has been defeated and how many times you lost the battle completely. So we're going to move Ken here, we're going to attack this Goblin. So I'm holding the button here to make the battle box go faster than it's supposed to. You're gonna see me use that a lot because the texting is kind of cool, but it's also like it gets repetitive very quickly. So we're gonna attack. That's gonna do probably bring another like 2 HP or 1 HP. And that's getting 18 experience points. Move low up. Now I'm gonna save Luke for emergency in case we get into a bad situation here, but we're still gonna move him with the rest of the party. We're going to blaze this Goblin here for 7 damage. Sometimes it does 6. I'm not sure exactly what causes that, the damage difference, but so it's going to gain 80 experience. We're going to move Gong here. Move Hans right here, and we're going to attack the Goblin that we attacked before. This should be enough to put it down, but it might only do 4. Okay. 5. Oh, it did 6. Okay. So Hans gained 45 experience, gains 12 points. Hans level increased to 2. Speed increased by 1. So you're going to see that a lot with Hans. I don't understand why the archers only get a speed increase. By the way, I'm going to mention this now. They say speed increase, but they actually mean agility. That's one thing that they did in this game. I think that was just a small developer oversight. But yeah, that's not supposed to happen. So we're going to attack with Ken. This should get him to level 2, I think. Ken gained 34 and 12 experience. Yeah, Ken gets moved to level 2. So Ken gets a shit ton of HP in this game. I have no idea why. It's probably just a way to develop him. Ken currently is a 2. That's an HP points increased by 3. So when you gain HP in this game, you actually don't get that HP immediately back. For example, Ken's still at 8 HP, but he has 11 HP total. He starts with a low amount of HP, but his HP grows exponentially. Max is kind of an all-rounder, but he won't get MP even though he has magic. Max gets 18 experience points. Luke is basically a fighter. Low getting mages and healers will get MP boost from now and then. So there's that. So we're gonna move Luke. We're gonna move Hans. My bad, not Luke. Hans here. Move Ken here. We don't need to use him for experience, or we don't need to have him gain any more experience this battle. We're gonna blaze this Goblin. That's gonna put it down. That's probably gonna get Tau at enough experience to level up. Tau's level increased to 2. Maximum magic points increased by 2. So now we have 9 MP instead of 7. So because we have less party members now that I'm actively using, once I get to Max's turn, I'm going to egress again. And we're gonna come back and we're gonna keep doing this on the first 2 goblins who were able to beat it. By the way, when you beat enemies in this game, the gold that you get from beating the enemy, or if you die in this game, or if you egress or whatever, you still get to keep the coins. So you're gonna see that I have 246 gold here, which I only had 100 before. So you could, I've never gotten the max in this game, but you could potentially max out your gold. I don't know if there's a max number in this game. It might overflow, it might go all the way across the screen, but I haven't played one specific file enough for that to happen. Even though I said I played this game a lot. So we're gonna move everybody up. I'm only doing the goblins here because they are easy to defeat and they have less attack. Let me do something real quick. Hang on, guys. Alright. I just had to turn my heater off. Whew, a little warm. Luckily, it got a lot warmer in the house because of certain things that happened with the house, but I think we only have a few characters here who are actually gonna fight. So Lo is one of them. Well, I say fight, but I'm gonna try to get Lo some experience by slapping around people with a staff, but really can't do anything with that right now. So we're gonna attack with Max. I think that might give him an experience to level up. 10 experience. Nope, not quite. We're gonna slap the goblin with his staff. I hit you with stick. It's gonna give us a small amount of experience points. There's no point of me trying to use loot to heal because it would only give him 1 experience anyway. So I'd rather him. By the way, healers can heal themselves and need experience for it. So that's the best way for a hero to level up. That's not direct damage would be to heal himself to keep himself alive. The goblin's gonna attack. It's gonna do 2 damage to me. Not a big deal. Not something that I need to be concerned about. I guess I need a fast forward button so I can get the grinding a little easier, because I had a fast forward button to go a lot faster. Low suffers 3. Move Luke up here. We're gonna get Gong in here, and we're actually gonna smack this goblin. This is the first time we actually use Gong, because he's kind of slow. But he deals a fair amount of damage. We'll leave Ken there. We're gonna leave Tao here. Leave Hans there. And we're gonna keep battling. So like I said, Max dies. We can have a thing, but you can also get very unlucky in this game. It has RNG elements to it, just like any RPG. So got my attacks. So we're gonna do 3 damage to Lo. That's fine. We're actually going to. Gong has more defense than some of the other characters in this game. So he's gonna do a little bit of damage to Gong, not a big deal. We're gonna have low retreat and we're gonna use healing on ourselves. So because Lo only has 10 MP per battle, he can only heal himself 3 times until he levels up. Healers are obviously the hardest ones to level up because they can't deal a lot of damage. But, you know, they're still very necessary. 4 point damage on Goblin. Max still hasn't leveled up, which I'm fairly surprised about. If I can check his experience to see, he's probably like 99, 92. Also, when you defeat enemies in this game, each enemy gives you a experience point. However, if the higher you level above what their level is that they don't mention, the less experience you get. For example, if you're level 10 and you're fighting a level 1 enemy, they will actually only give you 1 experience when you hit them or kill them. So you can grind as much gold as you want, but once you get to a certain point, you cannot grind anymore. Well, you could. You just can't deal. You can't, you won't get much experience for it. It's a level cap thing, essentially, which is kind of rare for a game. Okay, Gong actually got 2 shots in. So Gong gains 10 experience points for that. So my game plan here is to, I might be in a bit of a problem here, actually. If the other goblin attacks, Gong is in danger of actually dying, which I was not anticipating. But having 1 more healer in this battle is actually a blessing because I can attack with Max. Max should get enough experience here to level up. And Max Max has enough to level up. You can see that the text box increases, that's because his stats, because the bar on the screen indicates how much thing that. So max level increased to 2, attack level increased by 1, defense increased by 1, speed increased by 1, maximum hit points increased by 1. So that's a very good spread there for the experience points. So now we only have the healers here, so this is going to take us a bit longer. However, I can use a heal on Gong. That's going to give a little more experience if you let Gong keep fighting. Oh shit, I actually made a notification that says this is my first time playing this, and that is not true in the slightest. That's my own fault. Alright, so we're going to move lower here because I need to heal Max before he dies. However, I can do a kind of like a loop here, as I can put Max up front, let him take damage, don't defeat the enemies, and just keep healing with Gong or Low until they get the experience they need to level up. So like I said, if I end the stream and I'm supposed to grind, I will grind off stream instead of doing it in front of you guys, because the grinding is a little tedious. But I don't grind levels like a lot of people grind levels. I'll grind maybe one level per character per battle, if that. So Gong is actually in danger of dying again. Alright, so we're gonna move Gong back. How much experience does Gong have? He has 26, which is a very small amount. Low has 95. Okay, so we're basically using Gong a lot here. Gong only has 8 MP, so again, he only has to heal twice. But Gong's getting 15 experience for that. I don't know. I'm not really sure what overall affects the experience you get from healing, because I haven't determined it yet, because I'm not a coder or anything like that. But we're going to slap on these goblins. By the way, I have no idea why Gong got a turn that quickly. But, damn, I'm getting a lot of doubles in. But I'll take what I can get. So now that goblin's actually down to 1 HP, we can actually smack him with Low to get enough experience for Low to level up without having to use heal, which is good because Low's out of magic anyway. Out of useful magic, at least for this battle. We're going to set everyone to the side here. And we're going to smack the goblin with Low's staff. Hit you with staff. Alright, 1 point of damage. Low gained 34 experience, 12 coins. Low's level increased to 2. Oh, magic points increased by 3. That's actually a rather high amount for a level 2, for a level 1 to 2 point boost. So we are almost to level 2 with everybody. Gong, I believe, still needs quite a bit of experience. Yes, he does. He has 1 more heal in him. So we're almost there. I'm hoping when Gong level up, he gets an attack boost, because the attacks are kind of weak, even for a monk. Damn, he is getting those 2s like hell, which is good, but it seems like an unusual amount. I wonder if this version is different. I wonder if monks have a better ability to deal double damage. Like, I want to say I know that fact, but I do not. The funny thing is, if you're actually playing this game and you know what character you want to do, you can actually hold the button down to skip by turns or attack, instead of just mashing the button. Another 5 experience for Gong. This is basically just a smack fest with the Goblin and Gong. But if I keep dealing damage, I keep healing myself, I should be able to get level 2 from this Goblin. If not, I might restart the battle one more time. So this game, I would assume has about 50 enemies, different ones. There are some variations with what you fight. Like there might be like, for example, there's Rune Knight. There's a, I believe there's a Platinum Knight, and a couple other ones as well. So like I said, spells can level up. I will explain what level ups do when they do. I think most characters get their spells level up every 3 or 4 levels. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure. Hit me for 2. I am low on HP. I probably could take another shot, but I'm actually going to retreat and heal. Play it safe. Because the Goblin gets a double attack and Gong's done. And I don't mind Gong dying, but I prefer not to heal. I have to revive characters if I don't have to. So, you know, even though you get a shit ton of gold for Ingress Grinding, which is a spell that my main character uses, you still can, I still don't like to use them for that. So I think Gong needs just a little bit more experience now. So if he gets another 10 experience from whacking that Goblin, another, yeah, this should be this should do. I just gotta go through everybody here. All right, Gong's turn again. We're gonna whack the Goblin for 2. Maybe if I get lucky, I'll get a double shot in again. Nope, 5 experience. Also, if a attack misses or a spell fails, you'll still get 1 experience even if you miss. There are some enemies in this game that have a hell of a high evasion, and when they are very annoying. Now, there is one more thing about the game. You can see how it says HP 10 out of 10, Magic 9 out of 9. There are some enemies in this game that have what they call question mark health. So, they have a monstrous amount of health, so much that it goes beyond what the game can handle. So it puts this question mark until you get down to a certain point, and then it'll start, you'll see the bar start decreasing. So this should be the final shot we need with Gong. Yes. And that should give Gong enough to level up. 37 experience, 12 points. Gong level increased to 2. Attack level increased by 1. Defense level increased by 1. Speed increased by 1. Okay, that's a very solid increase. So now, because we used all our magic, basically, I'm going to retreat one last time, and we're going to finish this battle the way it's supposed to be finished. Now we're going to head back. And this battle should be slightly easier now. Like I said, each playthrough is kind of different because the stat boosts slightly different, because each stat boost is random. But some characters are coded to face more toward things. For example, warriors usually get more attack and defense. Archers get more agility. Magic casters usually get more MP and agility. Monks get more attack and defense because they're meant to be a bit bulky. So the Rune Knight is probably... Hang on a second, guys. So I am... Alright, I'm trying to remember how to do this thing, guys. I'm trying to vaguely remember how to do this thing. Not what I meant. Okay. So that guy's just a bot. I don't know if you can see that or not, but he's actually asking me to buy a stream bot, which I'm not doing because that is actually illegal. And if you get caught, you can get your account banned. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not going to attempt to do that, and I'm not going to ever do that. Basically what that does, it allows you to buy AI that allows you to essentially get more views because they'll keep popping into the chat. And that is clearly illegal because that's how views are how you get attention, how you get recognized. Get caught with that, you are banned, although they will say that, I think a few years ago Twitch got a lot better with dealing with those view botters. They got really serious about it. I guess they got fed up with people getting notoriety when they really didn't deserve it. Alright, so we're going to start dealing some actual damage here. I'm going to try to skip past all the dialogue I can, because you guys get it by now, what damage we can do and whatever, so we're just going to keep dealing with as much damage as possible, get through it as quick as possible. And then probably by the time I end this battle, I'm going to end the stream, and that's going to be it for the first stream. We are going to... Yep, Max is going to do enough damage to kill that goblin. Now you notice that Max gained 36 experience that time when he killed him instead of 48. That was the level thing that I was talking about, where it gives you experience based on your current level and the enemy's current level. This includes experience you get from hurting enemies as well. So clearly, if I go to level up a character and I'm only doing 1 damage, or we're only getting 1 experience per thing, I cannot level anymore in that battle until I find better enemies to fight. So Lo now has 13 MP. He can use his... Hang on a second. My math skills are kind of shit today. So he can heal 3 times. If he had 1 more MP, he could heal 1 more time. I can't do anything with Hans, so we're just going to keep him back there. Goblin's going to hit Lo for probably like 3 damage. Yeah, Lo only gained MP the last time, so... That's not what I meant to do. Yeah, okay, so I'm still not familiar with how Twitch works. So I'm just trying to make sure I get everything right. So we're going to... Yeah, so this is another view botter because this account was created 2 days ago, so that's like a view thing. Alright, so now we're going to get back into the game. I'm just trying to figure... I timed the guy out before, and I don't remember how I did it. So maybe Twitch is changing again, I have no idea. 6 points damage on the Goblin, will be 30 experience and 12 points. We're going to have Gong attack this Goblin. Now he should deal at least 3 damage. He's actually doing 5 because of the land effect. Ken is back here. We're going to move him up 1 more space, and we're going to hit him with the spear. 6 damage on the Goblin. Ken gets 26 experience and 12 points. Alright, so now that we got these enemies out of the way, we can move past where Luke is standing and we can deal some damage. However, I'm going to be very careful because if I get much closer, those Dark Dwarfs are going to come right after me. And I want to make sure that I'm protected here. So we're going to move... we're going to keep low right here. We're going to move Luke. Well, never mind. I tried. So the Goblin's going to deal some damage here. Only 3 this time instead of 4. The Dark Dwarf's probably going to come up on the other side, but we're going to hit this Goblin for a bit of damage before he does that. So like I said, if you stage your characters in such a way, you actually prevent your enemy from actually dealing any damage. I'm actually fairly surprised it went for Tao and not me, and not for the main character. Tao suffers 4 points of damage. We're going to move Gong right here. And we're going to hit this Goblin for hopefully 5 damage like last time. Yep. 6 points this time. 34 experience, 12 points. So that might have been a small mistake because now the Dark Dwarves can just go after me, but luckily they're too far away for it to actually hit me, so they're going after Gong. Ooh, Gong took 6 on that. That's a problem. But I think he can deal with... No, let's do some damage to the Dark Dwarf. He's more of a threat. Dark Dwarf quickly evades. So I don't know what it is about archers, but they seem to miss a lot, and I have no idea why. One more thing, too. Accuracy and agility in this game are basically the same thing. So we gotta watch that as well. I don't know if I want to... I don't know if I want to go up that far, considering how close that dwarf is. We're going to blaze this dwarf here. Also, it says Dark Dwarf. They're usually pretty short and actually taller than Tao, so maybe it's because Tao's a kid. But, alright, so now we got Gong is taking quite a bit of beating here. But still alive. So, I'm in a bit of a pickle here because I can't heal low with Gong because he's too far away. So we're gonna smack this Goblin for 1 to 2 points of damage. 3 damage, okay. It's a bit better than I thought. So I gotta have Gong retreat for now, and we gotta heal him. If I go right here, the Rune Knight should not come after me, but I should be able to hit the Dark Dwarf for at least 5 or possibly kill it. Oh, 4. Okay, that's a little lower than I was hoping, but we got it. Okay, we're gonna move Luke here, and we gotta get rid of this Dark Dwarf. Someone is gonna obviously level up here. Not a big deal. Next mech, no, I'm not gonna level at all. Now we're going to blaze this dwarf here. That gives Tao 1 more blaze attack. Okay, I was hoping Gong would get a turn at some point here, because Gong is low on HP. I don't want to have to revive him if I don't have to. Alright, heal for 9. I think give him some experience. 17 this time. Probably because he's low on HP. We're going to try to, this time, to hit the Goblin with Hans. And at some point, by the way, I don't like archers in this game because they're kind of shit. So I'm probably not going to use Hans once I'm able to get enough care. Okay. That might one-shot Ken. Ken does not have a lot of defense. Okay, 9. Okay, he went for a second attack, but I evaded the second one. That could have been bad. Now we're going to move Max here, and we're going to deal this Goblin. So Ken did, that's what needs to be healed. And we're going to hear that a lot because Ken barely hit. Like I said, Ken is good on attack and HP, but his defense is always going to be low. There are sometimes in the game you can, by the way, to increase a character's, some of the character's stats. Usually, you can increase stats a lot easier than some of the other ones. But what we're going to do is we're going to hold on to all those items until I think we need them. Okay, Luke hit level 3 off that. So attack level increased by 1, speed increased by 1. Magic hit points increased by 3. That's actually pretty good. Not gonna lie. Alright, so now we're gonna move low here, and we're going to heal Ken, because Ken took a beating from that Rune Knight's lance attack. Now, our best option here is to swarm that knight and try what the Max hit the final blow, so he doesn't end up killing Max. So remove Gong here. He's going after Ken again. I guess Knight for us. Alright, 9. Okay, he didn't hit me a second time that time. We're going to leave Max right here. I'm not crazy about letting him go after that thing. We're going to heal Ken yet again, which is fine because he gets a little more experience. Also, I'm assuming some of these characters, how they're pronounced, because they actually don't ever speak. So, unless there's like an animated TV show or some other BS, I'm not really sure how to pronounce them. So we're going to hit this Rune Knight for a fair amount of damage. Half his HP was actually more than I was expecting. We're going to use Tao's Last Blaze. This is probably going to do either just enough damage or it's going to leave with 1 HP. Alright, we did it. And we got Deadly Attack for 10 points. So that might get Tao enough for it to level up. Nope, not enough. Cool, do one here, but Lord Kane, Runefest is now even attacking Gardania. Peter spoke truly, he must return to help defend Gardania. So now we have to leave. And here's our next battle. The earthquake blocked the road. Head north, but be ready for battle. No one knows Gardania while we live. Fort Darkskull. Death to Gardania. Death to Gardania. So there are no more enemies. No new enemies here. But this is the area I was talking about. We can't go back this way because there is the quake blocked it. But this little narrow path with these 3 goblins here, that's why I couldn't level up, because they are way too close and you can only go, and this mountain terrain here makes it harder to move. So the only one that aren't affected by that are knights. So we are going to actually end a lot of our turns here, and we're going to wait for Max's turn so we can egress, or so we can go to the house near us, so we can rest. So we haven't lost anybody yet. That's a bonus. We're going to talk to the Frayer here. Who he says he's not one, but yeah. So now we're going to save, and this is basically going to be the end of the stream. So, like I said, this is actually one of my favorite games. It's a little dated. Maybe the RPG mechanics are a little too easy to understand. But to be honest with you, I don't see how dated they really are, because RPGs really haven't advanced a lot, like these kinds of RPGs anyway. So we're actually going to save one more time because I forgot to actually do something. So I'm going to show you guys what happens if I go to save and I hit no instead of yes. Yes, use your right before continuing. Yes, remember the tired warrior is soon a dead one. This is what happens when you quit the game. But for now, that's okay. Get lots of rest and I'll see you soon. Don't stay away too long though. We need you here to lead the Shining Force. And then the logo pops up. So I think it's good for the stream. I thank everyone for watching. This is that streamer 1993 signing off. I'll see you guys in the next stream. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.